Today, there's a new way that you can transfer a conversation. In the past, we've had the ability to transfer a conversation between person A and person B, and that's worked out great for lots of reasons. The seeker is already in a conversation with somebody and they say, can I continue talking to them? It's easy to transfer that conversation back over. However, sometimes you don't really know who you need to transfer it to. It's just anyone that should have that special permission or special group. And along the way, we've also created these really great filtering systems where you can filter conversations that come in and assign them to different people and different teams. So we've married those two together, and today I'm excited to announce that we now have a new feature that's enabled through a permission set called advanced transferring. So let me show you what that looks like. Over here in the system, you'll see I just have a kind of a fake active conversation going on. And from this drop-down menu, there's a variety of choices, and one of those options is transfer. And when I choose transfer, you'll now see that if I have this special permission, I can still transfer to a person, or I can transfer to a filter. So again, this isn't something that's enabled by default. You have to enable that in admin. I'll show you that in a second. So how does that work? So if I choose a filter, the first thing I'm going to do is choose a language. If you happen to be using more than one language, of course, you'll see these whatever languages you're using listed here. And so I'm just going to choose English. And then from this menu, you'll see that I have this option of emergency, urgent, important, and catch-all. So here from this screen, I can now choose which one of these filters I would like to send it to. Now, of course, your filters will probably be a little more than these if you're using filters. And so, for instance, maybe someone's talking about a specific topic. Maybe you would ask them to transfer anybody who's talking about this particular religion or this particular subject matter. Maybe you have a team of people that are mostly skilled to deal with that. So this is a way for you to then transfer it over to those people. And so if I transferred this to the English emergency filter, then I can just hit transfer, and then that's going to go out and go back into that claimed area. And you can see here, because this is the emergency filter that I used, I'll zoom in a little bit here, you can actually see that little icon next to that, showing that that conversation has now been moved back into the queue for anyone that has that permission set to be able to see that. So if that's a little too zoomed out. If I now just go over into admin, I'll show you how you enable this. So inside admin, over in users and permissions, under permission sets, here when I go in, you'll see that I have set up a transferring permission set, and all I've done is simply add that advanced transfer as an option. So again, this is not enabled by default, but it is enabled if you give the permission advanced transfer. So I hope this has been helpful. We're excited to see how this will work out in the field and testing. But our goal and hope is that by doing this, it's going to allow you to set up teams that can get access to these particular sets of emails or text or whatever the context of the conversation is, a way for you to transfer it over to a team of people so that one of those people can select it. Of course, with chat, the real-time nature of it, we're still suggesting you transfer to a person and not to a filter, because that could be lost during that time. You want to make sure that user's online. But pretty much for every other conversation type, we think advanced transfer is going to be a really great way to help empower your team to no longer have to decide, should this go to person A or person B? Instead, it should just go to this team called this name. So have a lot of fun. Maybe check the names of your filters before you go and push this live. Make sure that they are names that your users will readily identify with and understand that that's the correct team to transfer it to. And of course, as always, if you have a question, a concern, or an improvement idea on this, always let us know. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.